Dan's version of what Buzz does. But we're just kicking it old school to talk about our favorite Game of Thrones product released in the entirety of second edition, the Greyjoy box, right, Glazer? This is your favorite product, right?
It is the worst designed thing since Cycle 1 and 2 Lannister.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I love me some Gregor Clegane and some Hound. Come on, come on! But you're right. This stuff's not fun like those cards at all.
I mean, we're going to talk about the top 10 Greyjoy cards, and then there's like just a bunch of extra in parentheses because they're all extra broken.
They are all extra broken. This is easily one of the. It's a very different product, I think, than the other boxes. It maybe in closest, and this is gonna make Glazer really unhappy. It's close to the Martell box. Compare like pretty balanced boxes like the Stark box and the Lannister box to the Martell and the Greyjoy box, and you'll definitely see that Danny has been really willing to power creep the faction boxes in a way that maybe they weren't up to maybe the Night's Watch box. Certainly the Tyrell box, they pushed a lot more cards than they did for the first three boxes.
It was. I mean, it was the Trell box that was like really the first super duper strong one. The Martell box
that broke
never
the
got.
mold for sure.
The Martell box never. I mean, besides Wars and Dorne,
Dorne.
like a lot of it didn't like a lot of the Martell. Wait,
Bastard isn't the 2-drop Bastard that
yeah.
gets flea
But
bottom
like
all the time in the box.
the characters just didn't see as much play as we thought they would.
That's true, except for Shadow City Bastard.
Shadow City Bastard has to an escort, but like most of the others are in a niche deck or two. They're not generally around.
Yeah, that's true. But there's also Dorne. There's also
Dorne,
Starfall.
Starfall X. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dorne,
there's just
Starfall
like
X.
a lot. There's a lot in that box, and Dorne is also just like massively better than all the other 4-cost locations.
Yeah.
No, it's still not better than Hightower.
Well, now the Hightower's restricted.
Yes, now that Hightower's restricted, fine, but like it's not better than Hightower in and of itself.
That's
and
true.
like this box makes Winterfell an awful lot better.
It does. It does. Which I think we'll get to in a little bit. But all right, Glazer. Well, Sid, Glazer and I have talked a bunch. What do you think about the Greyjoy box, sort of in context with the other boxes and in the general meta before we jump into it?
It is a who's who of broken cards, and it doesn't even stop with the Greyjoy cards. Like if it was just, oh wow, Greyjoy got a lot of good stuff, it'd be one thing. But there's just little broken bits all over this box. The Greyjoy cards are the worst offenders, but I'm sure we'll get to the non-Greyjoy cards. I'm not a big Greyjoy fan right now.
Just now?
Yeah, just now. But I'm really excited to play some of these other cards. I feel like there's a few factions that really kind of struck gold, and a few that are just praying for some good cards, for some better cards. I know some people might say the Lannister cards are good here, but I mostly disagree.
We'll get there.
I'm sure we will. But yeah, man, these cards are just stupid. I have a little story that we can talk about later when we get to one particular card that I forgot existed this weekend. Oh, at a store championship, it was ugly. It was real ugly. So yeah, I'm a little salty about this pack.
Right.
All right. But before we get into before I unleash Glazer on you, I want to do Sea of Blood at the end,
Okay.
rather than separate. Yeah, he's got his agenda.
But the problem is it's going to come up throughout.
Yeah, but I think
Sure.
we should give people a sense of what we think the box is, and then jump into Sea of Blood, because I think I might have a few hot takes about Sea of Blood.
Yeah. Sea of Blood will be the bow, right? The bow at the end of this little story.
All right, so let's start with the squids themselves. Let's make our friend
Number
Sean
10.
Emberley happy and start with the squid cards.
So, New Asha is one of the most annoying cards in the game to play with.
Mm-hmm. To play with?
Against, sorry.
There you go.
I've never played Greyjoy. It's not really.
That's not true. We played it on this stream the other
but
day.
I didn't use this Asha. The other Asha draws cards.
That's true. So why? Really?
That's her only downside, right? Like, she doesn't draw cards, and the other one draws cards, so the other one is better. But like, this one is still completely obnoxious.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think she's obnoxious, but just like the opportunity cost. I think even the opportunity cost over the Corset one is like legitimate. Um, in a way that I think Asha. I mean, if the 7 cost one wasn't just probably the most. Well, no, Euron will always be the most busted 7 drop. But one of the most busted 7 drops in a faction full of busted 7 drops. I still think there would be legitimate competition between the Corset Asha and this card. Because I do think this card narrows what you want to do a little bit more than Corset Asha does, and it can't really solo a challenge phase the way in which Corset Asha can. Corset Asha is just a more flexible card.
Yes, to an extent, except that they printed Maidenbane, and that like
Wow.
there's so many amazingly cheap Ironborn. I just put Ironborn as a trait into
Oh,
the into
half
the
their characters. It's more
and
than
it's
half
like
their characters.
it's like Hagen's daughter is now stealth. Like Lordsport Shipwright is now a 1-drop stealth entry. Carl the Stupid Maid, which is going to restand your Asha, is an Ironborn. Theon, so you can't defend, is an Ironborn. Like Big Vic now gets stealth. All the Balons get stealth. Like
All the Balons get stealth through Great Kraken. I mean, so
they get
Yeah, but-
stealth 2 ways now, right? Like
double stealth.
if you're
It's-
running a banner and you play Cotter Pike, he gets double stealth. Um, like it's and a real big one is the Orkmont Reaver, like getting stealth from right at the beginning. Like little weenies with stealth are to me much more annoying than big guys with stealth.
Oh, yeah. Big guys deserve it. It's such a powerful keyword, and she grants it so unilaterally. I played against at the Store Championship. Justin Smith was playing a Greyjoy Wars deck that kind of centered around her, or at least he had 3 dupes and a bunch of attachments on her so quick. That game centered around her, and he just had endless stealth. Like it didn't matter. He was just throwing out chuds and getting through the challenges he needed. And of course, it was a Sea of Blood deck, which I know we're not going to talk about now, but when you're playing that agenda with her, it's just even character control can only do so much when everyone has stealth because you usually can't control everybody on a board, especially when it's cheap stealth. Like Glazer said, it's not just 2 or 3 bombs that you have to control. It's like 7 characters, or 5 to 7 are just on the board with stealth, and you're going, how do I deal with this?
I mean, I definitely think that's fair. I just think that I think she's a pretty easily controlled card. Like, I mean, with Nightmares being, I think, a card that a lot of factions need to look to right now. I think with Stark being as powerful it is, and Mira being there, I think with the need for Milk of the Poppy to enter into a lot of decks, like Asha, this Asha doesn't do shit, and you paid much more gold for her than, like, at least the 7-drop gets milked. You still have 3 icons that you can operate on. This one, like, you just overpaid for a blank text box.
But
That's always the case with Milk.
But
yeah, you think? Wait, I don't think Milk's back in the meta.
You don't?
Like, I think the other 2 top houses kind of take a shit on Milk, and like I think you could play Milk maybe in Greyjoy, but Targ and Stark are the other 2 top houses, and not only do they not want Milk, Milk is actively kind of against them.
Yeah, it doesn't bother us right now. Not currently.
Targ and Stark just kind of shrug. Like
Us.
Oh, there's the man.
Oh, look, Jesse Carpenter joins.
Us.
Oh no.
Sid has just sided
video
himself with
screwed
the
up.
dirty Targaryens.
Oh, so nice, guys. Karth is just
Apparently
the
not.
best little panic button in the world. I love it.
Hey guys, apparently none of us can read because it's each other unique Ironborn. Thanks, Jim.
Oh
Hack.
yeah. Oh, that's true. Oh, there you go, Jim.
The video.
Man,
screwed
it's still
up.
broken. There's so many unique ones.
Yeah, there's still
There's
shit
tons of
unique.
them.
To me, I think the biggest one is Stupid Hagen's daughter.
Are we live?
We are live.
Yeah, of course.
Lols. What channel are we on?
We're on Faux Intel. I had to do it. For some strange reason, the video is acting up, though. So, give me 1 second. Well, keep talking, gentlemen. At least provide
Okay.
content for our folks while I make.
What are we talking about?
We are on the.
Greyjoy cards.
We're talking about the new Asha, the newest Asha.
Oh, she's good. Like she's just unique and like she's just good in crossing builds, right?
Crossing and
Blood.
well, yeah. And if you were doing HRD Maiden's Bane, I think you'd run her. I don't think I'd run her in Sea of Blood. Because
Really?
the other one in Sea of Blood, like you search your events, and with like that's just thinning your deck, so you can just go get whatever else you need.
Right.
The other Asha. So, but this one I think is in Crossing and HRD Bane. Jesse disagrees. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know. Maiden Fane's a good card. I don't know. I haven't messed around with her very much,
Jesse's
honestly.
Arrival fucked up the video.
Yeah, Jesse's Arrival fucked up the video, which I'm trying to fix. So,
Okay, good.
Just
We have
let's-
audio though.
Let's go on to the next Greyjoy card. This one is the only card that is listed here that doesn't annoy me in any way. Euron and Silence, I think, are cool design, with the little benefit of eager deckhand.
Yeah, I don't mind Euron. I think his one keyword is nice. Greyjoy's been getting a whole lot of freaking keywords. His strength is kind of like, that manageable level, so he's not just dominating a board. And it's cool that Silence is playable, right, with him, because you're probably not just dropping $4 on Silence. So you play them together. They're a pair. I wish more kind of characters with their worships were a pair. I know Asha and Silence, like, they work together, but that whole play them, search for them, I think is a really cool mechanic. I hope we see more of it.
I very much agree.
I mean, I always like cards where I can just look at, never have to look at the second and third copy of it.
That's true. He's also burnable, which is good for me. I've been enjoying just burning him to the ground. It's been fun. That 4 strength makes me happy whenever I see it on the board. Perfect. Perfect.
It's been 2 weeks, and I feel like the Tark Swagger is still just so oppressive and annoying.
I wasn't even on the stream 2 weeks ago. It's like Phantom Swagger. It's you guys are haters. You're so jealous that you've created this cloud of swagger around me when I haven't even been present.
Well, you have Buzz
not
as your regent, so
under my
Swagger
rock.
just kind of comes with the
Buzz, we all know Buzz is incapable of swagger. He's a straight shooter. If it came across as
Oh my
swagger,
God, yeah.
that's the truth, boys. Put it on the Bible, because it was
Buzz is so arrogant. It's amazing.
He's coming over and playing all of us trash Americans with the best house. I'm just saying, like, you guys have set it up to where if you fail, it's going to be so bad for you. Like, you have to just crush this.
Oh no, we don't. Oh please.
Oh, you
All right.
do. You do.
So
Please.
we're gonna
Pressure.
I think to get the video to function properly, I have to restart Skype and restart OBS. So we're gonna be back in just a couple of minutes.